Hailey Hested is becoming one of the top setters in the Heart of America Conference. Last year, she was named the Co-Freshman of the Year, and now she just added first-team All-Conference honors to her resume. She was also named the Conference Setter of the Week 3 times this season. As she continues to add these accolades, it's worth noting that volleyball wasn't really her first sport growing up.
I was actually a big basketball girl for a really long time. I'd say like probably first grade till like 8th grade. That was kind of my main sport. My dad coached me for quite a few years when we were younger, and then I started playing club basketball. It wasn't until 7th grade, I believe, that I started playing club volleyball. One of my junior high coaches, he was a Rockets coach, and that's actually where I started club, and he was kind of like, you have a lot of talent, really good hands, like you've got to give volleyball kind of more of a try. So I went to tryouts and I made a team kind of unexpectedly, so I'd say it kind of took off from there.
After finding a passion for volleyball, she decided to bring her talents to Mount Mercy University. She felt a welcoming atmosphere right away, but also had an established relationship with head coach Deb Marlin, who coached Hested in club volleyball and was a setter herself.
I think we just have like a very similar personality. We pick up on each other's dry humor very well, I would say. I know she has like a lot of trust in me too, so that's very helpful from my point of view, especially on the court. I think she's kind of just let me develop on my own through touches and practice and stuff like that. I wouldn't say she's like critiqued me too much and just kind of let me figure things out for myself. But I think like the big place would definitely be like confidence and like court awareness and kind of like what smart sets are and stuff like that. Like I'd say that's the biggest place she coaches me.
Hested made an impact right away as a freshman, recording 759 assists. And then this year she made history by surpassing 1,000 career assists as a sophomore. She became just the 14th player in school history to surpass that milestone. The record, by the way, is 3,581, set by Kayla Daggett, who graduated in 2020.
I actually didn't really know it was coming. I'm not a huge, I don't really usually look at the stats that much. I kind of just, I don't know. I mean, I look at team stats and like box scores, but I never really look at like individual statistics that much. I always obviously look at hitting percentages because that helps me know who's hot and who's not. But yeah, personally, I never really look at myself. And my cousin Cade actually came to one of my games, and he's like kind of a numbers guy. And he was like, oh yeah, you're like on the list. There's only like 13 or 14 people ahead of you. And I was like, I had no clue, but yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know. But I mean, I just feel like the more that I think about numbers, the more that kind of gets in my head. So I kind of just like to play, and whatever happens, happens, I guess.
But Hested is quick to note that the milestone would not be possible without her teammates, from the back line to the hitters.
First off, Riley. All of our back row, Riley especially, she works so hard. I wouldn't even get the ball if it wasn't for them. But I'd say like hitting wise, I've known a lot of the girls previous to coming to Mount Mercy, so I feel like that kind of gives me an upper hand a little bit too, just because Kenzie and I played at the same club. I mean, she was obviously a couple years older than me, but we practiced against each other all the time in the club gym when we were younger. So I just kind of know how she works a little bit, like what works well for her. I'd say that she's like, her and Maggie also are both very good at giving feedback of what they like and what they don't like, and obviously, like, as a setter, you have to be willing to take that feedback.
The Mustangs finished the season 20-9 overall before falling in the conference tournament quarterfinals. Hested is ready to help the Mustangs take the next step as a program. She's already accomplished so much in her first 2 years, and you can bet she'll accomplish a lot more in the next 2 years.
Like, I'll kind of just let my playing do the talking, I guess. See what happens, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes like it is interesting to see overall. I don't really look game to game. Every once in a while during the season, I'll be like, oh, I wonder how many I've had so far, and kind of look at the overall numbers. But I don't really. I mean, I don't even know where to find the list of who's number 1 to 14 or whatever it is. So I kind of, if it happens, I guess.